Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We have a very special guest. Bobby's here with us
What's
today.
up?
Bobby Schneck, right?
Yeah, Schneck, yeah. I've heard it all sorts of ways. I've heard Schneek, Schneik, and then people just don't even try sometimes.
Well, that was like when I had to announce Bryce's name, and he's like, it's Grunike, like bike. And I was like, okay. I was like, I would have butchered that.
Yeah.
There's some weird names out there in disc golf.
Oh, dude, I know.
I feel like
crazy.
Bobby Schneck isn't Schneck
Yeah.
isn't that bad.
Yeah.
But there's some weird ones for
Yeah.
sure.
Mm-hmm, exactly.
So
Yeah, I've got, like, my buddy is Spencer, like, everyone goes Livesy, or they butcher his last name, too.
Is it just Lively?
It's Libsy.
Oh, it's Livesy?
Yeah. Super easy to mess that one. Not really, but people mess it up all the time.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's fair.
Mm-hmm.
So another week. It's been 2 weeks since we announced the team.
Oh, yeah. Super pumped on that, dude.
Yeah.
I was super stoked. I was waiting for, like, since I put the put the application in, I was like just waiting, and then I got it, and I was at work, and I was driving home from somewhere, and I was like just super pumped. I was so excited.
Hell yeah!
Yeah.
Did you apply for like content team and everything else, or mainly
Yeah,
just
so
content?
I did content and summit just to see, but I was mostly wanting to get on the content team.
Okay.
Because that's what I enjoy it. Like I don't think I'm like the caliber of the guys that are on the summit team quite yet. Like Houston and Cooper and all these guys are just crazy players. But I thought I have a lot of fun going out and filming my rounds and and hanging out with friends when I go out, and it's super fun. So just been a blast so far. So I was mostly pumped to get on the content team for sure. Yeah.
Hell yeah!
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you've been on a Instagram grind doing the whole, like, hole by hole of courses.
Yeah.
How did that kind of start?
So I was thinking about it because I went down. So I wanted to do, like, I've always, like, enjoyed filming stuff, and, like, I wanted to do a YouTube channel with my friends, and we kind of just were like, let's think about something we can do. And then none of them ever want to do it. And I was like, okay, well, I'm going to go out and film what I have fun doing.
Yeah.
So I just went out one weekend. We went down to base camp last spring for the tournament that's down there. Speaking of, if you guys can get into that tournament, hands down the funnest tournament you'll play in.
Really?
In my personal opinion, playing at base camp is like playing on Mars.
Sure.
It is the craziest course. There's no disc golf anywhere like base camp. And the tournament's super fun. It's an unsanctioned, it's not sanctioned, but it's super fun. It's 3 rounds. You play 2 rounds on Saturday and then a 1 round on Sunday, which is a 26-hole layout. So if you're not careful, come Sunday, you're gassed and you're just trying to throw stuff. But that course and that, like, just the time down there, and, like, you're going out and camping. So you drive to Moab, and then it's an hour and a half outside of Moab.
Yeah.
So you're, like, off grid. It's super, super fun. So I was down there, and I bought a tripod, and I was like, let's just go film some stuff while I'm out here. And then I was like, this might be fun. And I was like, well, and so then I got home from base camp, and I was like, what do I do with this stuff now? And I was like, well, let's just go film Jollies, because Jollies was iced off. And I was like, oh, well, let's just film the first hole and see what happens, right? So I filmed the first hole, and I was like, well, I might as well just film all of this at that point. And then that one's the very first time I ever went out and filmed. It was actually really funny. I got to hole 5 at Jollies. I don't know if you guys have seen the video, but I slipped on the tee pad and binned it on the tee pad. Hit my face, dropped my super expensive sunglasses on that I had on, and luckily didn't scratch them or anything. But then I was like, this is so much fun. So that's how I kind of started. And then I was like, Utah's got some really cool golf, like some real, like the mountain courses we have, and even like some of the park courses we have are super fun. So I was like, I just want to show people what we got out here.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Heck
Yeah. And with the changes we've got at Art Dye's playing great right now.
I've been wanting to go down there so bad.
You guys need to make it down there. Those tee pads, the 6x12s, make a huge difference.
Do they?
New hole 1 is
Playing that course beforehand with, like, the tiny
the
tee pads,
were, like, this
especially on,
big.
like, certain holes, like, what was it, like, old hole 9 or 10, the, like, 120-foot, like, the tree branch there with no tee pad, like, you're just like, I remember we tried to film it the one day, and we're like, you can't see anything.
I know. It's like you got the branch hangs over like this, and you kind of have to, like, I was like, how do I do this? Yeah.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
It'll be nice with the new tee pads.
Yeah,
though.
you actually are like, what do I do with all this room? Like, the first time I played it, I was like, I don't know what to do with all this room. I was like, it was super cool. The new hole 1 is super cool. So now instead of starting by the park, like when you walk in the grass field, it's over by the dog park.
Yep.
So you start over there, and then old hole 1 now has a gold tee pad, which makes it a par 4.
Oh, nice.
So you throw down where old 17 was, like down farther, and you throw up the hill and over. It's super cool.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been super fun.
That's a bomb of a shot.
Oh,
like
yeah.
across the entire like pit.
Yeah, it's been because the gravel pit is all out of bounds.
Mm-hmm.
So the gravel pit's all out of bounds, and then you have that mulch pile that you got to get over.
Yep.
And there, in the video that I filmed, I didn't do it, but most of the time I can get over the mulch pile. Got this new what is it? A Jawbreaker swirly nuke that just bombs.
Nice.
It goes so far. I didn't realize it was like I threw it one day. I was like, oh, that is the new distance driver in my bag.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
But yeah, the filming came about just so like one day I was like, well, I play enough. I was like, might as well just film while I'm out here.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I think I posted almost every single day for like 200 and something days.
Dang.
That's insane.
Yeah, just posting a lot of it as
That's
well.
insane.
Yeah, filmed a lot, spent a lot of time and now my friends come out and hang out with me and.
Now they're actually kind of a part of it.
Yeah,
like...
they're actually kind of a part of it. It's funny. My one friend wants to start. He calls it. What did he call it? He calls behind the scene like BSB behind the scenes of Bobby, and it's like all the stuff that happens after I'm done recording. And so it's really cool. They have fun with it, and it's just cool to hang out with them and to go out there and do that stuff. So I've enjoyed it so far, but it's been a good time.
Yeah, we kind of got into it the same, like, similar thing. Like, we were just filming on our phones at first.
Yeah.
Like, trying to make a YouTube video through, like, multiple different phone clips and everything like that.
Yeah.
And then eventually now it's, like, a whole bunch of people want to, like, come out and play, and you're like, dude, this round's going to take us, like, 7 hours. Like...
Yeah.
I know.
It's, like, having to, like, prioritize, like, what are we doing for things, and it's like, cool, we're going to get here, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do that. It's like, it's been such a change realizing, like... It's super fun to see how different you play as well when you're filming. Like,
oh, yeah.
Because you start seeing things. Like, I know both of us have been like, oh, this is how I do, like, my reach back. Or, like, you're releasing on hyzer. And you're like, no, I'm throwing flat. And then you watch it back and it's like...
It's like on this
yeah,
much.
you're just like,
yeah.
No, not even close, dude. Like,
Yeah, I've been there. It's like I go back and I watch, and it's like I'm putting, and it's like literally coming out like this, and it's like that's why they're going straight through the basket or just missing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, like the fort. Have you seen the fort videos?
Not yet.
Dude, just they're insane. First off, they take forever to.
I can only imagine. Yeah.
Now at it, like the first time we did it was only me and Dave.
Yeah.
We're trying to film both of us playing all golds.
Oh,
breaking
geez.
even.
Yeah.
So, like, shooting at least even, because that was 1,000 rated during Worlds.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
From all golds. And so it's, like, running back and forth to all of our shots, especially, like, hole 4. Like, we were on that hole for, like, 25 minutes.
And you can't, like... You can't get in, like, a disc golf rhythm when you're filming, either. Like, I don't think people realize that. Like, you go... Like, I just played around at Creekside.
Yeah.
Had a great time. I shot, like, even, but my putting was awful because I'm working on putting for him. And everything's changing.
Yeah.
And I, like, got in a rhythm, and all my, like, drives were edge of C1, C2. And I was like, this is honestly pretty good. Yeah. And then I would step up to a putt and it'd be like, oh, it's 5 feet right. Oh, I missed it way short left. I'm like, what the?
Or you left it short.
Yeah. It's all like. Yeah. And with filming, you just can't get in a rhythm.
Nope.
At all.
Not at all. So. It's really hard. And then there's some times where I feel like I've gone out some days and it's like, oh, I'm not missing anything and everything's going in. And it's like, what? And then I go out and play another round. It's like, can't make anything.
Yeah.
Well, that was the one day before Creekside Open. We played a practice round. I think I shot like 7 down through 9.
Oh, dang.
And then during actual Creekside Open, I think I was like +3 through 9. Like,
yeah, I've been there before.
Yeah. I mean,
one of those. Like,
the filming, it's so fun if it's not for like a competitive thing.
Oh,
if
yeah.
you're just out there doing it for fun, like it's great. But like our fort series that we're doing, I mean, it takes... We're out there for 7 hours. Like, the second time we went, we had 2 people with us helping us film. So it made it go by a little faster, but we also had 1 extra person throwing.
Yeah.
And, like, it was such a pain in the ass. We're just like...
And that course just takes forever to play.
Yeah.
In general, that course is so big, and I don't know...
Well, especially the golds right now haven't been, like, maintained since Worlds, basically.
Yeah.
What is it?
Hole 7, that tee pad up high... There is no line anymore. Yeah, the trees are just overgrown.
I thought, because I went up there and played in the Gorilla Arm a couple months ago. Super fun. But they said that they weren't letting anybody play the gold pad anymore. They said they were taking it down.
I don't think you can for, like, tournaments, but,
like casual play, they can't stop.
Yeah. Like, it's not like it's marked off, like, don't go over here kind of thing.
That might be one of my favorite tee pads in disc golf, though.
Really?
It is so much fun. Well, yes. I think it's super fun because it's just... When else do you get to stand on a platform that you might die if you step off too far?
Well, that's like 16.
Yeah.
Honestly, 16, if this is the end of the T-pad, I'm throwing from like here.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I am getting nowhere close because I also follow through super hard. Mm-hmm. So if I do like a Conrad follow through on that, like
you're falling down the mountainside.
Yeah. You're just dying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that course eats my lunch all the time.
We tried to go film one of those episodes with Kai.
Yeah.
Made it through 9 holes, and we were shooting better than we ever had.
Well, you were like 1 over through front 9.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's
and
solid.
like my one hole.
Or front 8, I should say, until we got to hole 9.
Then we were playing with Kai, and Kai's like, "Oh, I gotta go. Like, we gotta hurry this up." And I'm like, "Oh, we came up here to film. Like, we knew it was gonna take 7 hours."
Yeah.
It was fun. Like, I love playing with Kai, but he's like. At that point, he turned the camera off and said...
When I think I was like +9, I was like, Ian, I'm just going to film you, and then we're going to make this an Ian series right now. Like,
it's good fun.
Yeah, I played the tournament up there, and I got to hole 10, and I took a 10 on hole 10.
Oh.
Yeah, I didn't miss Mando, didn't go out of bounds. It was bad. It was rough.
Oh,
damn.
I ended up in the woods, and it took me like...
early hyzer, like...
Yeah, like, no, I was down by where the red tee is.
Okay.
And I was like in the woods by the river, so I thought I'd gone in the river, and no. Went to pitch out, hit a tree, dropped. Hit a tree, dropped. Hit a tree, dropped. And then you're just like, just trying to get out at this point. Yeah, that was a rough hole. I think that was probably my worst hole disc golf I've ever played.
I've
thinking about it. In a sanctioned round at least.
Yeah.
Because there's been some casual stuff. It's like...
Yeah. We played the NADGT qualifier, and I had Dave by 3 strokes going into hole 9. And I think hole 9's like one of my favorite holes in disc golf. It's super fun.
Yeah.
And
especially if you get around the corner off the tee pad, you're just like, I feel amazing.
Yeah. So my first shot didn't go well. Second shot didn't go well. Get around the corner on 3. I'm like, okay, I got to be a little aggressive, but like conservatively aggressive. And I just like didn't get behind the disc at all and just hyzered out into like the weeds on the left side.
Oh yeah.
Like, and I was like, oh my god. And I took a triple bogey on it, and me and Dave were tied, and he gave me so much shit after that. I was like,
I can only imagine, dude.
It's like, dude, you had me by 3 strokes. How'd you blow that?
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, well, that kind of happened. I was playing the Wonderfall this last year, and I was 2 strokes behind Spencer, going in to the final, like the last round of the day, and on hole 1, we gave him, it was 2 strokes between him because he was in first, and there was 3 of us tied for second. By the end of hole 1, there was a 6-stroke lead between second and first. All of us just fell apart on hole 1 except for Spencer.
No. Dang.
It was ugly.
Oh, no.
It was ugly.
Dude, I got to play with him at Jolly's during the JRO, and that was super fun to watch because, like...
He shreds that course.
Yeah, especially, like, the layout that they had for that, which was super weird for some of the holes with, like, the double Mandos and everything that they kind of modified for it. And it was just, like, you have to be able to throw a straight shot 300 feet on that course, otherwise you're never getting anywhere. Yeah. You're just hitting a tree.
Yeah. And Jolly's is super forehand friendly. Like, you can think about it. Almost every single hole you can throw a forehand, and so Spencer takes big advantage of that.
Yeah.
He's got one of the best forehands that I've played with. He's got a super consistent hyzer flip. He throws this super beat-in Paul Destroyer that he's had forever, and it just flips up to flat and just goes forever.
Yeah. Well, what is it? Hole 5? The double Mando that's, like, way out? Forehanded it and almost got to... the actual double Mando with a forehand. And I was like, dude, that's a bomb of a forehand. Like,
he's crazy. I have him beat on distance, but I use the flex line. If he could figure out the flex line, I think he'd be able to throw farther than I can.
Yeah.
Well, Bobby.
Yeah.
Let's move into some big stuff.
Yeah, let's see.
So, future filming with Team.
Yeah,
right?
dude, I'm excited. I think it'll be super fun.
Me and Dave have a lot of ideas.
Dude,
hit me. We have a ton. We have like a putting game. We have an approach game. Ooh. We have like a distance like all fun contests that we can do with like 8 people and make
That'd
it like
be super fun.
A 15-minute video.
Yeah.
The group chat's been going fucking nuts recently.
Yeah, it has. I was so bummed that I got the last pick on the putter one. I was like, what the hell is this? I was like, all the good shit's gonna be gone by the time I get there.
But I think it's just hard for us because I don't like. Do you have a camera?
No, I just use my phone.
Okay, so I think we're the only ones with a camera. I know Mike has a camera, but we're using his.
Yeah.
And like, I work weekends, you don't. So like, half the stuff that we want to do is just like gonna have to wait.
Yeah.
But what are like if you could make 3 dream videos of like disc golf, course previews, whatever it might be.
With like the team or just like
with the team or with like one other person.
Yeah, I think it would be super super fun to do a almost like a, how do I explain it? Like a series. Like you get everybody on the team and you could almost make it like you could do like the summit team and the content team. You could do where you go and you pick 3 courses and you do like a tournament and you make 3 different videos out of it and you do like, let's say we do Salt Lake, you go river bottoms, creekside, and roots, and you all play it and you all film it and like you do one here, one there, and one there, and then there's like a championship, you know what I mean, kind of thing. I think that would be super fun. I think that like everyone on the content team text Ben picks 3 random discs from the use section and we all have to use the random discs in a round. I think that would be fun.
We were supposed to do that like a year ago when the shop first opened. It was you come in and do the 3 disc challenge where you only grab like 3 used discs and you go out. But we were gonna throw a twist on it where like you like drew a random number and like you got to steal somebody else's.
That'd be cool.
So that way it was like, oh cool, I know you're like great with the destroyer, I'm taking that.
Exactly.
So you can't use that. And then
we were gonna do it with Luke Hansen up at Brighton from all red pads.
That would be sick.
Like just get like some crappy DX plastic stuff and just like go have fun playing red pads.
That'd be super fun.
Yeah,
that'd be super fun. Yeah, that'd be a good one. What else? I've thought that a video that I have meant to do, and I have been putting it off because I just am like, I need someone to come out and film it with me. I really want to do the 1,000-foot challenge. I want to do it both forehand and backhand because I think I can do it both ways. I'm like pretty sure I can do it both ways.
I don't think I could forehand a putter.
That would be the stipulation. Is I feel like if I could get away with a zone. Because it's technically putt and approach.
Yeah.
Technically, it is a 4-speed, but I could make a Kratos work, I think. But I think that I can get enough distance. I really think I hate to say this, I think I can get 1,200 feet on the backhand.
Damn.
Okay. I think I can get close, and pretty sure I can get 1,000. Because at one point, I had 500 both ways.
Damn.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think the 1,000-foot challenge, I'm going to do it this year. I'm for sure going to do it this year. I just got to wait for it to be warm because I hate throwing when it's cold outside.
Yeah.
But I think another fun one to do with like the group would be almost like a ripped challenge. Like if we did ripped as a group, that I think would be really fun.
That'd be so fun.
And you probably wouldn't be able to do it. You'd have to do like maybe 2 teams of ripped because 8 people or 10 people playing ripped would be kind of hard.
Yeah.
I think I still think all the foundation videos of them playing Rift or Imposter would be really fun.
Imposter would be
With all
super
8
fun.
of us, that'd be so fun.
Imposter would be super, super fun. Because with that many people, it would be almost hard. It would be really hard to pick the Imposter.
Yeah. Well, because we all have different like play styles and everything else too, so it like...
And like we don't all get together and play together all that often, so it would be like, especially if we did it like not playing with everybody, it'd be like almost impossible to figure it out. Because you wouldn't know if they're sandbagging or not kind of thing.
Ian gets a putt, and it's like, no, that's his putt. Don't worry. 20 feet past the basket's about right.
That's pretty standard. Yeah. No, I'm right there with you. If I don't hit the basket, I'm going 40 feet past.
I think one of the fun things we could incorporate is we were trying to do like a brand challenge kind of thing for a little while. That'd be fun. Like I did Clash, and Ian was doing
Trash Panda
and Viking at the time.
Put together.
That'd be cool.
Well, we can get everybody to kind of like pick brands since you throw mostly Discraft and like stuff like that.
I think Darren would beat me on that one. His whole bag is Discraft. I have other stuff. His whole bag is Discraft.
But do like a bracket system with like the small brands and come in and just grab like a bunch of used
that'd
from
be super
like
cool,
a lot of different brands and
that'd
kind of have like a bracket system kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that'd be super fun. But there's so many good ideas. Like I think that I really like the putter challenge. I really think that's going to be super fun. All of us going out and playing with a putter. I think that'll be super fun.
Yeah. I think I'm probably going to have to back out of that one because I feel like with that many people, I think someone's
just need a filmer.
One person behind the camera.
Yeah,
like,
probably smart.
I'm fine with like backing out of it, but like I don't really care if we could get someone else to film. That'd be sick.
I like how this all started from me and Mike just going at each other about how we can beat each other with a putter, and then it was like, all right, that entered the group chat, and then it turned into a whole thing.
That'll be. Yeah. I think that's going to be super fun.
Yeah,
I think it's super fun.
Yeah,
we got to pick a date and just
and set aside to it. Yeah.
Well, and like the weather right now is so hard in Salt Lake because it just like fluctuates so much between either being like it's been like -5 up in the mountains the last couple days.
Yeah,
cold.
And like the snow and rain this past weekend where I was like, I want to play, but also like I'm not bringing the camera gear out in these conditions to film or anything. Like when it was like snowing /raining on Saturday down here, so it's like, everything getting wet and whatnot. Like,
yeah, and like you want to have fun with it, and like Creekside is pretty muddy right now.
Yeah.
Like, hole 2, hole 8 by the basket's really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I threw a Spike Heiser Athena today, and I landed a little short, and my disc was in the ground at an angle, like an inch and a half into the mud.
Oh,
jeez.
Like,
oh, this is gross.
Hole 8's the one you throw
on the hill.
On the hill,
Yeah. It's like you want to land on the bottom of the hill, but if you land on the bottom of the hill, it's mud. If you land on the hill, you're gonna slide and eat it.
Yeah, Spencer did that a couple weeks ago. Like I mean, he was walking down with his cart. It was so funny. He's like, I'm gonna slip here, and he did it. He
should have just rode the cart down.
He was walking down. Yeah, he should have at this point because he was walking down, and I mean, lost his cart full on, landed like this on the hill. It was hard to watch, but it was really hard to not laugh, and I feel bad because it was really funny. It was really funny, but he was super upset about it.
Yeah, I did that last year.
Yeah.
Like this same time last year, walking down and slipped, and not only on my ass, up my back, my bag, half my disc fell out, and I was like, I played 2 more holes and just walked home.
Yeah.
Like, walked to my car and tried to towel everything off.
Yeah, I did that at the hospital. There's a hole in the state hospital in Provo. There's a hole where you walk down like a hill like this, and I slipped and washed all the way down the hill. I was like, well, I'm going home.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not finishing this round.
Yeah, that's fair.
What would you say is the worst weather to play in for disc golf? Like
the worst?
Cold, rain, snow, heat.
Okay,
like
personally,
yeah,
I would rather, if in bad conditions, for me, if it's 90 degrees, I'm totally fine with that. I'm fine with playing in the heat, but the rain, I can deal with the snow. Like I played in a blizzard at a doubles tournament last year. It's the rain for me. I can't, for some reason, because I feel like with snow, I can keep my stuff somewhat dry. When it's raining, like really, really hard, I can't keep anything dry. I was missing, my hands don't get dry, my putters get all wet, and nothing works. So for me, it's the rain. But the close second is like wet snow.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Because I played in the Spring Fling, 2 years ago when it was a full blizzard.
Oh.
And canceled Friday after I'd already driven up because he canceled it like an hour, not even an hour before tee times. And it's like, dude, it's blizzarding. If I'm going to get there, I got to go. And then we had to play 2 rounds on Saturday. I ended up losing 4 discs.
Oh, no.
Due to, in the fairway.
Just
because of snow. Yeah. Because it was so deep that it was just taking a lost disc stroke, having to go back and re-tee, and during sanctioned tournaments. And it's just
that's the worst.
What are we doing here? So I think for me, having deep snow like that, at that point, I was middle of a round, I was like, oh, this is not getting rated. It's going to be so bad.
Just DNF at this point. Just take the loss.
Yeah. But also playing in 100-degree weather. I played in July up at what's that? Not the college up north, Kaysville area.
Davis Tech.
I played in that one year when they had the 22-hole layout or what they did into the baseball field, and it was 107 degrees out. There's no trees over there except for that one little patch, and I was just like, "What are we doing out here?"
I played in the Patriot 2 years ago, I think, and it was 105 in July. It was July 3rd, 105 degrees. I was like, "This is miserable."
Yeah.
But I think I'd rather play in the heat than the wet and the cold. Just because I can actually hold on to stuff when it's hot.
Yeah.
When my hands get cold and my plastic gets cold, it's like, oh, I have no idea what this is going to do out of my hand.
I think mine's just cold. I've played in the rain. My first real summer of playing, I was in Alaska in a temperate rainforest. So it's you go out every day, you're in your extra tufts, you're jumping in puddles every 2 steps. The rain didn't bother me because you could just dry this off, but it's you don't quite get that grip, and that it sucks, but I learned how to deal with it.
Yeah.
I think the cold for me, if I can't feel my hands, cold wind chill.
Yes. That's probably the worst, actually.
That's pretty bad.
Yeah.
I'm trying to hold a putter with your hands out, and you're just shaking.
Yeah, and you're it feels like it's gonna break if you hit a tree hard enough.
7.5. Well, we have.
Yeah. Oh, the cinnamon.
You see the double steady with the blue? Yeah.
Funny enough, didn't break in the overmold. It broke right in the center.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Dave, go grab that. We gotta pull it down.
Would break them in the overmolds.
That's crazy. Yeah, I had speaking of Alaska, this guy follows me on Instagram, and I'll have to look up his name, but he posts glow rounds. He played on New Year's Eve when it was negative 15 degrees out, playing a glow round up in Alaska, in Fairbanks, Alaska. Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
What? You would have thought that, the overmold is what you would think would break. That's crazy.
Feel the nipple on that, too. In the middle.
Dude, the sage is like that. Yeah. I have a sage, and I bought it, and I was like, why is that like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, the sage is worse than this, I think, actually.
I was not a fan of the sage.
I liked it for a little while, and I was like, it's too similar to my destroyers.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or, like, I thought I got it because I was debating between that and the racer, and the flight numbers were so similar. And I was like, but I didn't like how the racer felt, so I just was like, I'll get the sage. But I didn't hate it. The sage was weird, though. It was like, sometimes I'd throw it and it'd be super overstable, and then other times I'd throw it and it'd turn all the way over, and it's like, what? How do I make this work? Because I feel like if I threw it on forehand, it was super flippy, and then backhand, it would be 50-50. I just would have to take a guess on it most of the time.
Yeah.
So
I remember when I first threw it out, I was just like, this thing is a beefcake.
Yeah.
Gave it to Chandler to throw, and he's like, no, it's so straight, just like, it is not to the numbers. Yeah. Like, it was like Calvin Destroyer-esque when I first got it, and then it was just like you said, it was kind of unpredictable at times.
Yeah, I could never get figure out what that's why it's not in my bag anymore. I was like, because it was like, sometimes it'd be turnover, and other times it'd be like a meat hook, and it's like, well, I don't know, I can't trust this thing.
Yeah. Just got to go with the cinnamon.
Yeah, have you heard this? So...
that's what that is, by the way. That's a cinnamon.
Yeah.
So
but it didn't fly like one.
I've stolen 2 discs from Dave from Acing.
Yeah.
Both very first time throwing the disc. Like, never thrown it before.
That's crazy. Yeah.
The Gorgon.
Yeah, I saw that video. Yeah.
Ben gave us a prototype, so I understand what it did a little bit.
Yeah.
Stole that, and then, like, we're playing this summer, and he was like, dude, I swear to God, you'll shoot 6 strokes better with my bag. He's like, just give this a try. Ace.
That's crazy.
Hole 13 in the long by the river.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was just like, little shithead over here. He's just like throwing all my discs and acing.
Shit. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I've hit metal with your hex too.
Yep.
Like
that's
twice.
Sick.
I really want that hex. I don't think it'll happen.
I know. I got to get a new one. I've got I can never remember the what plastic is like the solid, like almost ESP plastic that MVP makes. Neutron. Yes, I have a Neutron hex that is now too flippy. Mm-hmm. It almost flies like a detour now.
Okay.
And so, because I have both in my bag, so I think I'm gonna get one of those, the full glow hexes.
The glow ones, the old glow ones are a little stable. The new ones are a little flippier.
The OTB run they did was pretty stable.
Yeah, the OTB run started out as like a reactor, and then you've beat it up to be a dead straight hex.
See, that's what the Neutron hex was when I first got it. It was like flip up to flat and just go straight, and now it's flips up to flat and turns. It's like, I don't need this anymore. I need something more stable.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more stable.
It's like you want it to be able to ride that line and just kind of go down.
Yeah.
What's one disc in your bag that you don't think you could ever take out?
Ooh, this is a good one. It is a champion boss that I have had since I started playing.
Really?
Yeah. And it is abused. It is, I throw it, I remember when I first got it, I hated it. Couldn't stand it. It was too stable. And then I started throwing it with a forehand, and it just, because I have a very natural flex release on my forehands, and I really try to hammer them. And the boss just holds that line, has always held it really well. And then I started throwing the tomahawk with it. I'll bring it in here when we're done, and I'll show you guys. It is abused. I've had it since I started playing, but that's the one disc I don't think I could ever take out of my bag. Because and that's funny, most people don't say a 13 speed, but yeah, mine's a 13 speed driver that just is Old Faithful. It's stayed in my bag, and I don't think it'll ever come out. Unless I lose it, then it will be a very sad day when I lose it.
I think the longest lasting for me is that Nuke OS.
Yeah.
In my bag that is no longer an OS.
That's sick.
It's like, I'll throw it on a forehand, I do the same thing, like I kind of chop at it, and it will just like hold a turn, and I'm like, it's supposed to be a Nuke OS, like it's supposed to fight, and it's just like holding, and I'm like, come on, like, and I'll eventually like fight out at the end, and I was like, why is this thing so understable for being a...
I know, it's crazy. Sometimes you get, like, I was played with this guy, one of the Lewis brothers, and he threw... it was like creekside. It was in the creekside open. He threw that, and I go, what was that? Because I thought it saw Captain's Raptor on it, and it flew like an onyx. And I was like, what was that? He's like, oh, it's a Captain's Raptor. I'm like, no, it's not. He's like, yeah, it is. Shows it to me. It's an ESP Captain's Raptor that did not fly like a Captain's Raptor. I was like, how? I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
I'm like, this is misprinted. This has got to be misprinted.
Yeah.
But it's crazy how sometimes you get discs and you think it'll do something, and then it does the opposite, or like they beat into doing the complete opposite of what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
Have you ever had a disc that did that and you were like, this is now in my bag forever, just in like different slots
I'm trying
kind
to
of thing?
I'm trying to think. Let me go through the discs in my bag. Oh man. I'm trying to think, because all my stuff, usually my bag is very overstable. Oh, I had it. Yeah, it is a Pro Destroyer. It's a 164, I think. That I thought when I first got it was stable, and then I started throwing it, and will flip over and turn to a roller, and now I can release it on like this much hyzer, and it'll flip up to flat, and then just go forever. That's the one that I was like, oh yeah, this will stay in here as long as I can keep it.
Yeah.
Because there's been times where I've like thrown it, I'm like, oh, that's gone. Don't know where that went. Then you find it.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Let's see. Any other crazy stuff? Disc stuff?
What got you into disc golf?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
We didn't ask about.
Yeah. So
backstory.
I remember. So I grew up. I lived about 5 minutes away from Jolly's Ranch. I only live 10 minutes away from Jolly's Ranch now, but I grew up being only 5 minutes away from Jolly's, and so I remember getting one of the end of a 3-pack, the shark, the AVR, and the leopard. And I was like, oh, this is sick. And so I went out and I threw it a little bit. And growing up, I grew up playing baseball. So, and I was like, the forehand kind of came super naturally. And so I was like, let's just go out and play one of these things. I took my brothers and I took some friends. And then I was like, oh, this is really fun. And so I was like, I started playing and getting a little bit more, and then realized how many more courses there are out here. Went out to California, went and played some courses in California with some of my friends. I had a stack of just a bunch of DX plastic I threw in my suitcase. I was like, let's go play. I took 3 of my friends that I was out there with and went out and played. And so I think that's what it was. It was just, I had a starter pack and I was like, let's go try Jollies. And then it's been an addiction ever since.
It's a good addiction to have.
It is a good addiction.
Could be worse. We could all be playing golf.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Dude. Right? Well, you met LD last night.
Yeah.
My roommate's really into golf, and his other buddy's really into golf. He had a $500 golf fitting for one club yesterday.
Oh.
Yeah. I was like, LD, really? Like,
That hurts my soul a little bit.
Yeah.
I can get you a brand new Squatch bag and a fill it up.
Yeah, for $500.
Yeah.
I know. I have a buddy who he's kind of struggling in his disc golf right now. He's like, I'm quitting disc golf and picking up golf. I'm like, oh, that sounds expensive. I'm like, you're already into this a lot.
Yeah.
I'm like, you're not gonna have fun going to golf.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was, I would say, I just went off with my brothers and some friends and then just played, because I like that it gets you out in nature, and you just like I've explained to some people, it's a nature walk with extra steps.
Yeah.
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 Really,
we're all just playing fetch with ourselves.
It's true. It's really true. And then those days where you're playing bad, it's like, oh, I'm having the most fun because I'm playing the most golf. You guys are not having fun. You're playing the least amount of golf. I'm playing the most golf. I'm having the most fun.
Yeah.
That's what I have to tell myself.
That's a good way of looking at it. I might have to try that next time I'm playing like crap.
Yeah, it's like I'm playing the most. I get to play the most.
I have to throw more shots than you guys today.
Yeah, exactly. You guys are not having as much fun as me.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to some disc stuff. So we're gonna
disc stuff.
Disc stuff.
I like that.
So Isaac to Latitude.
Yes.
Yep.
Parker Welk to DD, and then we'll talk about Climo after that. What do you think of the Isaac to Latitude?
I think it's going to be interesting because he is such a solid player that I think that he can go realistically anywhere and do well. I think that it will bring some notice to Latitude, and I think more people will start to throw Latitude plastic this year because it's like when, let's be real, it's like when Paul went to Discraft, when Simon went to MVP. There's all these like fans that will.
Yep.
So I think it was a good move for Latitude to sign him, because I think they're going to bring a lot of like spotlight to their stuff.
Totally.
And I think it'll be good for them, because I think it'll bring the people that they need to have, because I don't throw Latitude, and I don't know if it's just because the stuff. I think I've thrown one Latitude disc, and I think I lost it. I probably lost it, but
I did have a Ballista Pro at one point that I threw it at Jolly's, and somehow in a headwind it like turned over, went into the road there on hole 5.
Yeah.
The double Mando one. Got ran over by like 4 different cars, and then there was just a straight roller disc afterwards. Like it had no stability to it. But yeah, I have a Saint Pro and the Strive.
I both bag. You love throwing that Saint Pro.
Yeah,
I've heard good things about the Saint Pro. Yeah,
it's so glidey, and it's like it's not as stable as it says. It's very much like I look at it as like how you throw that Athena, like flips up, rides forever, and then kind of has that want to like bite out at the end.
It's a good thing
just
to have.
Goes far. I think they have a really good lineup. Like the Grace for a little while I couldn't throw, but then I started to get better with the Kristen Grace that I got.
I've thought about throwing a Grace. I've heard good stuff about it.
It's a more stable Wraith. Like it's the like really stable runs of Wraiths I found, at least to start out, is how it was.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people love throwing like the Pures and things like that.
I've got a buddy who putts with Pures. It's funny, for a long time he putted with premium Pures. I've met 2 people that have putt with premium Pures. And I'm like, how do you do this? I can't putt with premium plastic to save my life. I gotta have the gummiest as possible plastic.
Yeah, I think it'll be interesting because I feel like
I think they have a better lineup of discs than Prodigy.
Yeah.
Like I think have a lot more to choose from. The plastic is so much better than Prodigy plastic. Like, and they've already done more advertising for Isaac than anybody else has ever done. Like they've already had 2 videos put out about him.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
yeah, I think it's a great move for him. I think honestly, just it's gonna be. I think it'll just boost his career in every possible way, because it's just gonna be like you're saying. It's gonna they're already showing him off more, which is just gonna help him sell more stuff and
the European sales of it like being now they have 4-time world champ, 2 with Kristen, 2 with Isaac kind of thing. They can start, having that whole thing go on. Like we have the 2 current best players in the world kind of thing.
Which will be very interesting to see how they like market that. Like if they do like a 4-time, hey, here are your 2 world champions.
Yeah.
Like sell.
Exactly. Yeah, and it will probably will.
I mean, he already sold out of his signature Rive that they did the first run of it. Sold out like instantly, basically.
Yeah, it doesn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good move for him though. I'm excited to see what he does with the new plastic though. I think it'll just be a cool thing to see.
Could you see him going like somewhere else, like before Latitude? Like
I know there's always the big ones. Like you always think people go to Innova, but it seems like Innova's like unloading their team right now. It's weird. It seems like everyone's just kind of leaving Innova, but I don't know. I could see him going to like the big one. You know what I mean? Like you could see him going. I don't see him throwing MVP plastic for some reason. I just don't see that. But like I think I could see him going to like Innova or Discraft for sure. Probably one of those 2. Like I could see the brothers staying together and both going to Discraft.
Yeah.
I don't know how Discraft would afford it, but
their team's already
their team
massive.
is so stacked right now.
I mean, they sell so many discs.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting. I'm excited.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see.
And then Parker Welk to DD. We were just kind of talking.
DD's still around.
Yeah, we were kind of just talking about this. Do we think DD like?
Why would they go out and sign somebody if they're trying to go bankrupt?
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
why would they be making moves? Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it would be weird. Like you're saying, like if they're trying
to kind of absolve that brand into like their other House of Disc brands, like why go out and sign people to that specific brand?
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense to me. That's for sure.
So I think it's good for him. I mean, it's a step up obviously from where he was with DGA.
Yeah.
Like a lot more plastic to choose from, a lot more discs to throw kind of thing. He made a couple lead cards last year, which was surprising because I had no idea who he was before that.
Yeah.
So I think it's a good move for him. It'll just be interesting to see where DD is.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what happens with DD this year, because it doesn't like you never see that, like nothing big comes out from them. Like the biggest thing I think I saw last year was we were talking about earlier was the General. And like who wants to spend $35 on a disc?
Yep.
Yeah. Not me.
Well, especially like something like that. Like I get the certain ones. Like I did spend $30 on the Kristen Grace.
Yeah.
But it was like the stamped 2-time 1,000 rated first kind of thing. It's like all right, cool. Like you marketed it well enough.
Yeah.
But like most of DD is just expensive, and you're like, I can get Discraft for cheaper, and it's way better plastic, it's way better quality, kind of thing.
Yeah, I've never been a huge fan. I think I threw a Maverick for a little while, if that's even DD. I think
it is.
I think it is. Yeah, threw a Maverick for a little while, and then like I just didn't like it. I've never been a big fan of their plastic. None of it's felt super great.
A lot of it does remind me of like older Innova stuff too.
Yeah.
So I wonder if that was kind of like the move for a lot of people.
Yeah, I wonder if that's why Ricky was able to pick it up so well, because a lot of it was just that older. It felt like.
I think the only thing I ever threw was Harp. Is that DD? No, that's Westside.
No, that's
Westside.
Yeah.
The Felon.
The Felon. Yeah, I do throw a Felon. Although it is not a Felon.
No.
It's like a neg-2 now.
Oh, jeez.
No, it's a Thunderbird.
Oh, it's a Thunderbird.
Maybe.
Jeez. It's insane, actually.
I parked hole 18 in the short left with it at Creekside the one day on a backhand line.
That's sweet.
It just like goes like flips up, rides straight for a while, and then like fades.
That'd be like that captain's raptor. Like that's not a Felon. I'd be like, you're lying. It's not what you say it is.
Yeah. You throw it and it like starts turning, and you're like, no.
It's like wait. That's not supposed to do that.
Yeah.
Even if you throw it on an Anheuser, it's supposed to start to like pan right away.
Like, kind of insane. And then the really big one, Climo leaves Innova.
Yes.
Everyone thought he was going to Discraft.
I did. When I saw it, I even texted. I was like, dude, you see Climo's going to Discraft?
Well, I think we all thought he was going to be like a part of Discraft in some fashion,
like an ambassador, like a big time, like something like a captain or something. That's what I thought.
Yeah, like either on like the Legacy team or something else where he's like doing commentary or whatnot. Yeah. Like, and maybe they gave him like his own line, kind of like Paul has his own kind of.
That's what I was kind of thinking.
Yeah,
I was in my brain. I was like, are we gonna get like a Casey zone? Are we gonna get like his style of a zone, a buzz? But that's not what we're getting, I guess.
No, apparently we are getting a new line of discs, like almost a new brand, manufacturer kind of thing.
The Climo discs.
How similar do you think it will be towards like how Mint is basically just MVP? Like it's streamlined plastic.
Yes.
Like, do we think it's going to be kind of that, where it's like some of their molds where they're like mixing tops and bottoms of things and
or like how Infinite does like their stuff's kind of like the Innova stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking we might get, I don't know. I'm thinking it's probably going to be stuff that feels very similar to what Discraft does, because obviously Discraft's going to make it. But I don't know if they're going to come out with like KC plastic, like how he's got his like super firm plastic that he always. Don't know how he throws it, but but that's what I'm kind of thinking. I'm thinking that he's going to make his own like Discraft stuff that's similar to what he's thrown in the past.
Well, with Discraft, how do you do that? Because they already have like their titanium swirly soft whatever. Like,
they're coming out with new plastics every day.
It's crazy. I know. Discraft's insane. Like I think I just bought I think it was a crystal confetti zone.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's cool. But yeah, it'll be interesting. I'm curious to see what I'm half tempted to buy the prototypes, the 3 prototypes, and make some videos on it. But that if I can almost guarantee if I'm not on top of it, that stuff will all sell out really fast.
Yeah.
Like if I'm not ready tomorrow to buy it, which I probably won't be.
Maybe Ben will buy some for us.
Yeah, I was gonna say if the shop gets some, it would be fun to go out and like, be able to do like a, hey, can we beat the champ kind of thing with these discs or something.
Yeah.
I'm more curious if he's gonna go to Discraft and be like, I want to make the Rock 3. I want to make the AVR.
I want to make the Wraith. And
Like, I guess they have a lot of discs like that, but they don't have like
that.
Like did you throw the Drive at all?
I threw it a little bit, very little bit.
It's like a straighter Wraith, which I thought I liked for a while, and then I kind of fell out of love with it.
Yeah.
But I wonder if he's gonna like recreate the Wraith or like that kind of stuff, or if he's gonna be creative and like, oh, I'm getting old, I want a flippy 11 speed instead of this like Page Pierce Drive kind of thing. You know,
something that's good for like AMs or like that kind of like Anheuser way of throwing, because he has that like flat to Anheuser.
Release.
Almost like ultimate style release kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see if it's going to be like you're saying, if it's going to be just like imitations of discs we already have, or if he's going to try to make completely new molds that feel like nothing we have, like nothing that we have yet already. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what he comes up with because you got to he's probably the best. Arguably one of the best.
Yeah,
for he's also been
exactly. Yes,
he's also been out of it for I would say the most innovative time of disc golf, where so much has changed and people have moved on and been like, all right, cool. I get that you were throwing like a DX Leopard back then, but also like there's a reason nobody throws a DX Leopard.
Yeah,
nobody.
Jacob's over here.
Jacob's like I got
What are you talking about? I was bagging one yesterday.
Yeah, and there was nobody in his time that was throwing 700 feet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like no one like AB or Gannon was out there kind of thing. Those just freaks.
Or like the different like putting styles and things like that. Like I feel like their putters just kind of like fell out of the air.
Yes.
Versus now it's like
instead of just straight into the
Gannon
chains.
throwing it 600 miles an hour at the basket.
Yeah.
Doesn't work out too well for me for some reason.
No, not for me either.
Usually spits out.
Or goes through.
Yeah. My problem is the hyzer release because it will just hit a chain and like go straight out and just fall right out of the basket.
I had 2 of those at Solitude Open on back-to-back holes, and I almost walked off the course. I was so pissed. Because they have like the...
Was that the day I was caddying for you?
Yes.
Yeah.
That tournament is so much fun.
I loved it. It was so much fun.
If they could just put new baskets in tee pads.
They're getting new baskets this year.
Oh, thank God.
I think
MVP?
they're getting portals.
Let's go.
I heard from somewhere that the baskets are already ordered and they're going to put them in this season. And I think I also saw that, the bike course goes through like 16, 17 now. I think they're going to have to remodel the course and put new holes in to get rid of 15, 16, 17.
Okay.
And keep 18. But I will have to see. That's what I heard from some people that I was talking to about it.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mind that. I mean, they had the old letter holes that were just like, honestly, those were kind of a nightmare to play.
The bonus 9?
Yeah.
I did that twice.
Did you ever play the Solitude Open when it was the 25-hole layout?
No. So I played Solitude Open for the first time this last year. It was my first time.
I think I played it 3 years ago.
Yeah.
When it still had like 1, 2, 3, 4,
whole
like 5,
A, B, C,
A,
D,
B, C,
yeah.
and then G, H.
You didn't have to hike up the hill.
No, so you did the 2 steep uphill ones, and then you had the island hole across, the long par 4, and then you came out and then did the big downhill shot back into the regular layout. But just like having those 2 holes that just go straight up a hill.
Yeah.
And you're like, how far is it? And it's like 400 feet. And it's like,
you throw it as hard as you can. You get like 200 feet up the hill.
Yeah. You're just like, oh, I could throw 400 feet. And it's like, no, you can't.
It's like, no, you can't. Not 400 feet at 6,000 feet of elevation up a...
I was throwing a 148 fission wave, and it was hyzering on me. It was just like, you have to throw it so nose up because you can't throw nose down up that steep of an elevation.
There was a bunch of those holes that I would just throw a tomahawk on. I just throw it over the top and just try to get up the hill and hope for the best.
It's not a bad way to play it, honestly. I've never even thought about that.
Yeah.
I think it's 13 where you're throwing from like, you have the trees on your right and then you're throwing into the aspen grove. It's 12 or 13.
So
it's the hyzer one?
The one before the Connex, where like that storage container is on the hill. Before that one, like it's like that one's like the tunnel shot that's like down the hill. I don't even know.
Yes, it's the one right before that.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
So
it's got the dead tree right next to the tee-pad.
Yes, dude, that is my nemesis hole.
Yeah,
I've bogeyed or double bogeyed that hole every time in a sanctioned event. Like, without fail.
That hole, practice round, like threw 4 shots at it, all within C1.
Yeah.
Actual tournament, did not get in the circle, lost a disc, hiked back up.
Oh no.
Teed off again, threw another up shot. I took like a quad bogey and I was like, I'm about to walk off, and like my putt was one that went straight through. I was like, oh.
Dude, those baskets are brutal though.
They're awful.
Like, if you don't hit them just right, and you have to hit them like soft too. It's like you have to like float it in there.
When a lot of times too, like you have a downhill putt, and I remember one time I missed chains right, and it just like scooped out of the cage because you're on like a downhill kind of thing, and it was just like
if you just miss anywhere on that course, it's unforgiving.
Yeah. And then like a week later on Mach 4s, I think, whatever they have at T-ville, I chained out an ace with a pipeline, and I was like,
oh yeah,
I hate these baskets, man. I hate them. I was so pissed. But,
yeah, those baskets are brutal. I do think we're getting portals at Solitude this summer, though.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, that'll be a huge difference for that course.
I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
All right.
Good time.
We have Memorial. What? 4 days away? 3 days away?
Yeah. 2 days. I thought it was Thursday. Right?
Yeah, Thursday through Sunday.
Yep.
We got a pretty big MPO field. It is a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of pros.
And a lot of our fellow Another Round people.
Yes.
So let's go through it. We got Clayton.
Yep.
Strayer,
I think.
Strayer.
Yeah.
He's playing MPO.
Yeah, I think this might be his first sanctioned MPO event, I think. I'm pretty sure.
That will be sick.
Yeah.
Cooper playing MPO.
Man, he bumped up 2 points. 1,002.
10-2.
Is he now the second highest?
He might be the second highest player in the state, I think.
Third.
Joey
Kai Cooper.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cooper's so good.
Unless Kai went down. No.
Nope, Kai's at 10:07.
Kai.
Oh, Levi's 10:22. I forgot about
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about Levi.
Oh my god, I always forget about Levi. Levi, Hancock, Malachi, Vasquez, and then I think that was it.
Right?
Oh,
Houston.
Ryan Crocker.
Houston's down
And
there too.
Houston, where
Finch.
are you?
Finch. Oh, yeah.
Talk about a dude who can throw far.
Dude, so Brighton, was it Utah State? Yeah, Utah State's. We were following around lead card because Kai was on lead card.
Yeah.
Houston was on chase at the time. We went and watched him rip what is now hole 5, the up the hill, down the hill.
Yeah.
Through the big turnover line.
Oh,
out the
gross.
left side gap.
His turnover is one of the craziest shots.
It made it down to the trees, past the road, into the trees, off the tee pad.
He had an eagle looking laid up to a birdie.
He throws so far. So far.
Yeah.
Insane.
I don't understand how he throws uphill on a turnover line and just has it hold.
Yeah.
Like,
I have a video of me trying it. Did not go well.
No.
Yeah.
That hole is super fun, though.
Yeah.
Dude's got a cannon.
Yeah, he does.
But to all of our Utah boys down at Memorial, we wish you the best.
Yeah, absolutely.
It'd
be cool if some of them got on some cards with some pros.
Yeah.
That'd be sweet.
We have I think Kai could, Levi could for sure.
I think Cooper might be able to.
Cooper might be able to. I feel like Houston. Have you ever played Fountain Hills?
Yes, I have.
Okay.
Long time ago, and lost way too many discs there.
Yes. I played Fountain Hills pretty recently.
Yeah.
I found it very fun, and I think Houston might play really well down there.
Yes, I think that course plays really well to his style.
Yes.
And
Big
have you
turnovers.
have you guys played with Houston before?
Yeah.
Yeah, a few times.
Dude, so I played with him. We were lead card down at base camp, and it was like I was competing with him the whole time. Just like we throw the same shot. His putting though, it's the craziest thing to watch. I feel like he focuses. It feels like nothing else exists except for the basket. He ran a death putt, like an 80-foot death putt, and canned it. There was like a cliff on the other side, and just like no thought, I was like, okay, well, that's the difference right there.
Yeah. Yep. I think that's the biggest difference between like the high-rated Utah boys.
Yeah.
Like Kai does the same thing where it's just like
40 feet
jams it into the basket from like 40, 50 feet with like no hesitation.
I swear, if Kai's inside 40, like I've played a lot of practice rounds with him, and he'll turn off and like get all mad at himself. But when he turns on, 40 feet's like 2.
Yeah,
2 feet for him.
Yeah,
it's
those
crazy.
guys. Yeah, I've always said that the difference between an MA1 player and an MPO player is their putting.
Yeah,
because I think a lot of MA1 guys can play MPO. They're just putting's not there. They're just not consistent enough in their putting.
Yeah, totally.
They're not making the edge of circle.
No,
the 40-footers like. You have to be cannon.
And no MPO guy. Well, I can't say no MPO guy.
Yeah.
Most MPO guys aren't airballing a 15-footer or a 20-footer that like MA1 guys do.
Or like hitting a band because it came out a little high or something.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
They're never missing those.
Yeah. Yeah. Those guys. I wish them all the best of luck. I'll definitely be watching.
Yes.
From the cold
is there
here.
There's not live on it, is there?
I don't think anyone's covering it.
Somebody's got to be covering.
Is the Disc Golf Network covering it? Maybe.
I don't think the network is, but maybe one of the smaller.
Yeah, maybe Central Coast.
Like Terry Miller's thing. Mm-hmm. Is he Central Coast?
No, he's his own thing.
He's his own. Yeah.
Somebody will probably cover it. Is my guess because this used to be on the tour. It's like this and the Vegas Challenge used to be on the tour. And
and there's enough big names down there that like it doesn't make sense not to.
Yeah.
Dave, are we about to call out of work and go cover?
No.
I can't do that.
I can't afford that.
No, I can't do it right now.
Yeah, you and all three of us.
Who do you think out of the Utah boys is going to place highest, and who do you think is top 3?
Obviously, I think that I've never played with Levi. I think, but obviously, with just based on his rating, you think that like your brain goes, "Oh, he's going to play the best." But I think that Cooper and Houston have a really good chance to place well. They're cousins, and they're just both freaks. They're like they're so good.
Like 6'5". Like.
Yeah, and you can't. The scary thing is you can't at least here in Utah, you can't ever count them out.
Yeah,
it's like they could be behind, and then they could just come shoot a 10-50 rated round, and it's like, well, okay.
Do you think any of them struggle playing down
there?
Is Fountain Hills?
It's a little bit lower, but not
like 4. Okay. It's like 4.2 maybe.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah, it's not that much lower.
Okay.
Like it's lower for sure.
Yeah.
But like when I went down and played with Jack, like some discs were holding longer and some were flipping a little longer, but it's not enough to like change your whole
really
bag.
Notice a difference.
Yeah.
It's not like when you go up and play Solitude or Break where you're like,
it would be like
different bag.
It would be like playing.
I do too. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
I feel like it'd be playing like between Jollies and like Creekside. Like there's not much of a difference.
Yeah. There's like a little bit of a difference, but yeah, when I went down there, from what I remembered, it wasn't that big of a change. But yeah, I think that. Yeah, I think that honestly, you can't count Cooper out. You can't count Levi out. I think probably Cooper or Levi, and probably Houston are probably the top 3 for me that I think will play the best. And like who knows? Like there might be some of our Utah boys might pop off.
Yeah.
Like like we might see.
It is a shreddable course.
Oh yeah. Are they doing? Is it just Fountain Hills or is it the city course too? I can't remember.
It is a city course.
It's the city course as well.
That city course is tough.
It's tough. Yeah, I played both of them. There's a lot of just like OB that you can just find, unfortunately. Yeah, it's a solid. It'll be a fun tournament to watch, and it won't surprise me that if we have some of our Utah boys are in like the top cash part of the tournament.
Yeah.
I'm curious if Houston will take the money though. I don't think he will.
Why isn't he?
So because I think he's trying to play in Am Worlds.
Yeah, but like
dude, he's missed out on so much.
That's what I mean. Is fun. Like he's so good. Like I don't feel like he needs that.
Yeah. Like my buddy Tyler. Have you guys heard of Tyler Waldo?
No.
Okay, watch for his name. He is an up and coming player in MPO. Okay. He started playing MPO. He's 994 rated.
Jeez.
He might have gone down. I didn't check today because the ratings went in, but he throws just as far as Houston does.
Dang.
And on like Heiser. And he's like 5'10".
Jeez.
He is see his PDJ number is 296, and he
went down 12.
Yeah, 982 rated, but like he shreds. Like he will consistently go to river bottoms. I think his river bottoms league what went in was 994. Like if you look, there's a lot of 1,000 rated rounds for this kid. He is an up and coming player to keep an eye on. Like I mean, he's so good.
Nice.
And his girlfriend's really good too. They're both these really good players. It's like, where did you guys come from? It's like how is this fair? Like you guys just showed up and you're good.
Yeah. You just figured it out.
Yeah, it's just like, but yeah, he's definitely a player to look for, to watch, and he's super nice too. Super nice guy, awesome, super fun to play with, but like he just started cashing. Like he went to MPO and started cashing. I don't understand it. Like I think going to those AM events would be fun,
right?
But you're also missing out on a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like I think Houston probably could have made a couple grand last year because Houston's always up there. Yeah. Like Cooper, I think started cashing finally this last year. Just like started. Like I can't remember when, but yeah, he's definitely. I don't see the purpose in it, but the AM events would be fun. I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it from a standpoint of like trying to get like sponsorships and things like that, but at the same time, I feel like if you're playing an MPO, cashing in high, like if he cashed it like Q Series events, which he would have cashed it the Q Series here, that was also like filmed and everything else like that. It's like you can get sponsorships through that way, not just playing it like World AMs where you have like a dude that's like 1050, realistically like 1050 rated, playing in AMs because they just want to be able to make AMs.
Yeah, but I could like, or like if he went down to the Memorial this weekend and played well.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Like there's always the chance. I don't see the purpose in not doing it, but and I also just those AM events are really far and they're really expensive to go.
Dude, the Texas event, the NADGT, I heard was like $3,000 just to go down there for like the weekend for a lot of people.
Yeah, because they got like there was some people that like had to pay for flights and
hotels, like a rental car to get to like the events and everything else.
Yeah, I know that. I think Houston drove down with Afton.
Yeah,
and those two just drove down and stayed in their car. No, they got a place. They rented an Airbnb.
Yeah,
but like $3,000 to go do that tournament, and like the tournament itself.
And you have
is
to
like,
pay for the tournament, which is expensive.
Yeah, the tournament itself is like what, $200, a couple $100.
It's like $300 for the tournament.
The players pack's got to be pretty good though, right? You would think.
But also, you're spending $300 to go play and get a bunch of discs back and be like, all right, what am I doing? Like,
exactly. Yeah, I'm with you there. I'm in the same boat. I've got enough plastic now that I'm like, you know what? I don't need it anymore.
Yep.
But
you don't.
That's why I'm playing MPO this year.
Yep. I'm still sticking MA2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like... One, I don't want to go... Like, so my first tournament ever was Creekside 2 summers ago.
Yeah.
And, like, I had never met anyone in the scene. Like, I was out playing by myself. Signed up for MA1, and I'm like,
Creekside, that's a bad one to sign up
Yeah. Like, I also got, like, a free sponsorship into it because my roommate works for a shirt company who I'm an ambassador for.
Oh, cool.
So he's, like, they helped, like, throw it. Like, we'll get you free entry. And I'm, like, I'm on the lead card first round. I'm like, I should not be here. Like, half the guys I was playing with that tournament are now playing pro.
Yeah.
And then, like, I dropped out. I started this season
at
MA4. I didn't drop out, but I dropped down.
Yeah.
Like, later.
Because he ended up playing on my card because I was on lead card in MA2.
Yeah.
And they had, like, the bottom of MA1 playing on.
That's how we met.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's sweet.
But, like, I'm playing MA2, and, like, if I can get a podium or two,
that's
I'll move up to MA1, but like I need to like conquer MA2. I feel like I did MA4 by feeling like I shouldn't have won or got third place in Beehive. Like I played like crap. How am I in third place?
Yeah,
and then moving up to MA3, I did okay.
Yeah,
now I'm like, we just play MA2.
Yeah.
Well, and there's a lot of tournaments you look at like. That Creekside Open specifically we were shooting like 14 down in MA2.
Yeah.
Like, we were beating MA1.
Yeah.
It was like one of those tournaments.
That's always my favorite when the MA2 guys just shred past the MA1 guys. And it's like, hold on, who's sandbagging it?
Yeah.
So.
It was me and Darren.
Oh,
yeah? Were the two that shot
cool.
14 down the first round.
Awesome.
And it was just like, and then this year Darren just took off.
I played with Darren for the first time at what tournament was that? It was at the Creekside Open, and I swear I played him somewhere else. It was probably the Creekside, but man, that kid, he's good.
Yeah,
he's good, and it's like always, you've got those guys like you base like how you're playing on, like you subconsciously like, I'm trying to beat this person. Darren's always on my list. I'm like, where's he at? I'm like, okay, he's right there.
Yeah,
I gotta get 3 more strokes behind to catch up to Darren. He's solid though, and he's super fun to play with. I saw him throw a cicada on hole 18 and park it at Creekside, and I was like, okay,
lefty.
I'm like, okay, like that. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, no, he's a good player.
Yeah, he's a good guy too.
Yeah.
It was funny. He was killing it during Creekside, and Mac was killing it in MA2 during.
Yeah.
Creekside, the freaking lefties.
Yeah.
Cheating
Cheating
lefties.
lefties.
All right, I got two more things, and then we'll get out of here, right? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. The Go Throw Tour had their first event down in New Zealand. Did you watch any of that?
I haven't yet. I'm gonna start watching it this weekend though, because I'm going to Mexico this week for a week, and so I'll probably download all the stuff and watch it on my flight.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Crazy conditions out there.
Oh yeah.
It was crazy. Wind howling. Looks like a beautiful course. I'm gonna spoil it because we're on the podcast.
Yeah,
and
it's
we have
fine.
no choice.
Go ahead.
Robert Burridge and Ezra Robinson went into a playoff. Ezra was on chase card.
Really?
With the new bag.
With the new bag.
That's cool.
And the lead card blew up. Like, I'm talking like +6 final round. Like, they went into the final round. I think the leaders were at -10, and it was so windy. The leader was at -8 at the end of the finals. Went into a playoff. Robert Burridge ended up winning over Ezra. And then Sophie Donick, she ended up winning FPO. Also, very similar thing. Just wind screwed everyone over. And then something completely not disc golf related. The Freeride World Tour Junior Championship just went down this past weekend, and the girl who won ski is from Utah.
Oh, cool.
From Snowbird, Hannah Baldwin. Congrats.
Nice.
Freeride World Champion in Utah.
That's sweet.
Hopefully we'll have 2 here because Ross is going to bring home a trophy for us. So
that'd be sweet.
Go back to the GoThrow though. The quality of the videos they're putting out from that
insane.
Are so much better
really
than what the PDGA is doing.
That's sweet. I'll definitely have to go watch it this weekend.
You have to watch it. It's super cool.
It was on my list of stuff to watch this weekend.
I don't know if it's just because they've been doing it, like, they've kind of figured out the YouTube thing for so much or whatnot, but, like, because they're not doing a live produced product yet, but the quality and just everything else, just, like, it feels so much more like you're actually, like, getting what you would pay for kind of thing out of it, which I'm hoping kind of forces the Pro Tour to, like...
Yeah, you would think so.
Actually figure out what they're doing with these coverages half the time.
Yeah.
And maybe getting consistent announcers that don't say stupid things.
Yeah.
What was it? He'll forever be a major champion till he dies, or whatever.
Fresno won.
Fresno won.
Oh, that was the worst conversation I've ever heard.
Like,
yeah.
It's like, yeah, obviously he won a major. Like,
yeah.
It's like saying, "Oh yeah, Paul will be a world champion until he dies." Like,
yeah, that's pretty obvious.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's like, thanks, Captain Obvious.
So, for all you Spotify listeners out there, if you didn't catch last week, it was live, so you go to YouTube and watch that. Anything else, gents?
That's it right now. Hopefully we can get this putter battle going out here soon.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. I think that'll be fun.
So fun.
Yeah,
it'll be cool to see just all these different putters going at it.
Oh, do we make the announcement kind of that we did last week?
Sure, I don't know an announcement, but sure.
The videos will be going on Another Round Salt Lake YouTube channel.
Yes.
Sweet.
All the videos we make, podcasts will stay over here. We have a video in the works.
Oh, cool.
Dave's taking...
It was on my computer when we came in.
Dave's taking 2.5 months to edit it, but it is in the works, so we want to do it right. So
yeah, it's going to be good.
Cool.
Yeah.
Bobby, thanks for
joining.
having
me on.
Thanks.
Good fun.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys, we'll see you later. Make sure to go like and subscribe. Peace.
Peace out.